Namaskar to all and a warm welcome to the finale, the valedictory session of the Tourism E-Conclave. Just to share with you that we've had 2,200 registered participants, and all of yesterday we had more than 3,700 views. So it's been clearly a very widely watched session that's been going on. And however, I must say that starting from the inaugural yesterday, where our Tourism Minister, Shri Prahlad Singh Patel, gave a very motivating inaugural address, to the last session, the conclave has been engaging, fruitful, and has churned up several new thoughts and recommendations. The one thought that came through all these sessions is that domestic tourism is going to take the lead in the revival of the industry. And not only of the industry, I firmly believe that it is going to be the torchbearer for the revival of the Indian economy per se. However, we need to bring a synergy between the 28 states and 8 union territories so that we can enable a smooth movement between the states. While international borders are closed and we don't know when they will open, it is the domestic movement that needs to really take off. And for that, we do need to have some synergy. Perhaps the states need to be in tune with each other, or the center, and Rupendraji is here, maybe issuing some guidelines, which we understand that every state has its own independence. However, if there was some guideline that unified, it would become much easier. For example, the quarantine period, 7 days, 14 days, where should the test be done, arrival or from before you leave from your own destination. So all of these issues were widely discussed, and here we have the valedictory session where we've got tourism ministers, and we also have Rupinder Bararji. So perhaps we will come up with some solutions. We're honored to have Sushri Usha Thakur, Honorable Minister Tourism, Culture and Adhyam, Government of Madhya Pradesh. We have Shri Jyoti Prakash Panigriha, Honorable Minister of Tourism, Odia Language, Literature and Culture, Government of Orissa. We have Shri Kadakampally Surendram, Honorable Minister, Government of Kerala. We have Shri Vasant Bhai Ahir, Honorable Tourism Minister of the State of Gujarat. We have Shri Tamarajwa Sahu, Honorable Minister of Public Works Department, Home, Jail, Dhamik, Nyas, and Dhamasu Tourism, Government of Chhattisgarh, a large portfolio, I must say. Shri C.T. Ravi, Honorable Minister of Tourism, Karnataka, and Culture, Youth Empowerment and Sports, Government of Karnataka. And we have Srimati Rupinder Barad, the Additional Director General, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, who has been a complete support to the industry and to all the stakeholders. We also have Saubhagya Mahapatra ji. He is a member of my FICCI Tourism Committee and is also the ED of Mayfair Hotels. And to moderate it all, we have Ms. Rupali Tiwari, a media professional and consultant. Over to you, Rupali. Please take the session over. All yours. Good luck. Unmute yourself, Rupali. Unmute yourself. Rupali, you are on mute. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Thank you very, very much, Dr. Suri. Thank you for having me, and a very warm welcome to this valedictory session of FICCI's Tourism Conclave happening on a virtual platform. Unprecedented health and economic crisis has hit businesses, industries, and livelihoods very, very hard. And one of the worst hit industry has been the travel and tourism industry, which is, as you all know, a vital lifeline in any country, being the major source of employment, revenue, and foreign exchange earnings as well. Now, countries around the world rely very heavily on this industry to propel growth. But today, this growth engine and this job creator has come to a grinding halt. It requires the fuel to survive and revive. Now, how is that going to be possible in this post-COVID era? It's a changed world altogether. what can and should be done by the center, by the state governments to ensure that this industry gets back on track very, very soon. Well, to give us their insights and their valuable suggestions and recommendations, as Dr. Suri took us through the eminent dignitaries who have joined us on the panel today, I'll just take our viewers, whoever have joined on this webinar just now. Rupinder Braji, Additional Director General, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. Usha Thakurji, Minister of Tourism and Culture, Government of Madhya Pradesh. Jyoti Prakash Panigrahi, Minister of Tourism, Literature and Culture, Government of Odisha. Kadambam Kali Surendran, Minister of Tourism, Kerala. Vasan Bhai Ahirji, Tourism Minister of State, Government of Gujarat. Kamradhwaj Sahuji, Minister of Tourism, Government of Chhattisgarh, and C.T. Raviji, Minister of Tourism and Culture, Government of Karnataka. Thank you all very, very much for joining us today. आप सबका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया समय निकालने के लिए, वक्त निकालने के लिए, इस वेबिनार में शामिल होने के लिए. सबसे पहले अगर मैं शुरुआत करूं केंद्र सरकार के नजरिए से, if I could start with the central government's perspective, Rupinder ji, if I could start with you. Well, as we all know, the lockdowns and restrictions only impact the economy adversely. That we are looking at a scenario where easing of restrictions is a must. We all have to move ahead with utmost vigilance. That is the scenario that we're looking at. Just yesterday, we had the guidelines being issued for Unlock 3.0, in which international travel is still on hold, barring limited travel under the government's Vande Bharat mission. So it's becoming fairly clear that for the international tourism to revive, it's going to take a very, very long time. So the utmost priority will be the domestic tourism right now. The focus will be domestic tourism. So what is the kind of support, the relief measures that the government of India is looking to provide to reboot domestic tourism?
Thank you, Rupali, for bringing me on first. And a very warm good evening, Dr. Jyotsna Suri and FICCI. Thanks for organizing this. And I must compliment you that despite having so many webinars in the last 3.5, 4 months, if you've actually managed to get 2,200 people watching, I think that spells a success for the program. And since we are in the valedictory, I think we must acknowledge that's the kind of role FICCI plays, and keep playing that role. I think you have really brought things together for the industry. So we are most thankful for you to be able to organize and create the kind of traction that FICCI does. And my very warm good afternoon and namaskar to all the ministers who have joined from the different states. These are our jewels and gems as we are going forward, looking at domestic tourism. And Rupali, I in fact would like to say at this juncture, and especially when we are talking of relief and the way forward, I would like to add on to the enthusiasm that was started in yesterday's session by the Honorable Tourism Minister, Shri Patel ji, on the potential of domestic tourism. In a sense, while we are going through extremely morbid times in some ways, and very, very challenging times as far as industry of tourism and hospitality goes, but in a way, it's also given us an opportunity to delve and dive deep into Incredible India, which used to be incredible, and we used to kind of look at inbound market, people coming in from outside, but somewhere we were not exploring it as both travelers as well as business opportunities. So I think it's a huge opportunity and a challenge on how to pitch the products of India to the Indians. And there I would encourage FICCI and all its industry partners to rise to the challenge, and we are more than happy to work with all of you to tell each of us, not just, discover India, recover India for ourselves. And I think the whole narrative that has been built by the Honorable Prime Minister for Atmanirbharta and Vocal for Local, it can be seen actually at so many levels. And when we say Atmanirbharta and when we say Atmanirbharta from the point of view of tourism, I think the wealth that we have, and it's not to say that this is an inward looking view and, are we going to stop seeing the world? Well, surely not. Not only should we not stop looking at the world, we must travel, go see the rest of the world, but also see the rest of the world for very good business practices. We need to bring in all that if we want to really propel this whole engine of domestic tourism forward. As to what are we doing, Jyotsna ji has already spoken about the synergy that needs to exist between the states. Because as a tourist, if I have to seamlessly travel within India, then I must not be looking at यहाँ रुक गया, मैं वहां रुक गया, कहीं पे 10 दिन का प्रोटोकॉल है क्वारंटाइन का, कहीं 7 दिन का प्रोटोकॉल है, कहीं 3 दिन का है, कहीं सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए, कहीं नहीं चाहिए. So I am left confused as a traveler कि मैं कहाँ जाऊं, तो मेरे को कौन से regulations follow करने हैं. But as you already pointed out, it's a little tricky time because as we were talking before the webinar started, the states that were dipping down in numbers are rising up, and the states which were kind of showing a spike are actually coming down. So, but I'm sure very soon we'll be in a scenario where there's a little more stability. We are already in dialogue with all the states in the last 15-20 days. We are logging in with different regions, discussing with them, especially when we are talking of domestic tourism, especially when we are talking of tourism which is going to be on the four wheels rather than more by civil aviation and by railways, then it's the neighboring states which are of larger concern. Then if to begin with, can we at least try and bring synergy in the neighboring states? So if we did Visakhapatnam in our Dekho Apna Desh webinar last Saturday, so in fact, Andhra and Vizag was excited, but also excited was Odisha along with it. Because, you know, there is so much movement that can happen between neighboring states. So I would say that when we talk of synergy, maybe even for that synergy, not look at pan-India for now to begin with, but look at those neighboring states where you have a driving time of 5 hours, 6 hours, an overnighter kind of a holiday. So I think we need to be a little bit more creative and out of the box when we put India also back to Indians for travel safety. The protocols are in place. Again, there is a little more work which we at the center and the states need to do. There has to be harmony. We've been telling the states that yes, please make sure that your local conditions are factored into your protocols. However, if we have to push domestic tourism, every state cannot possibly have its own kind of a look at it. कहीं ना कहीं कुछ harmony, कुछ symmetry state level पे हमें इन regulations पर भी लानी होगी. And while keeping the whole issue of safety, yes, definitely. We are continuously saying in all our webinars, सतर्क रहिए, स्वस्थ रहिए. So definitely satarkta cannot be compromised. But at the same time, finding that right balance, कि कहाँ प्रोटोकॉल लाना है, कितने गाइडलाइंस को ऑब्जर्व करना है, पर इस तरह से करना है कि आर्थिक व्यवसाय पूरी तरह रुक ही ना जाए. And that's the whole purpose of the lockdowns being eased off also in a manner. And we hope that with the support of FICCI and all your industry partners, you know, we can actually create that kind of comfort now that the protocols are there. More needs to go out in public space कि ठीक है, सतर्क रहिए, protocols follow करिए, पर साथ साथ निकलना शुरू करिए. वो confidence भी धीरे धीरे तभी बनेगा. And that's the purpose of lockdowns. कि निकलिए अपने घर से, अपने देश को, अपने सुंदर अतुल्य भारत को देखिए. We are doing a lot of webinars. We've done 43 till now, getting overwhelming response in each of them. And we look forward to all the states to come forward and showcase their beautiful jewels that they have. And we are ready to make, we have already had a huge round of discussion with all the stakeholders, including industry partners and state governments, कि क्या content आप चाहते हो कि हम दिखाएं. We have to start moving people away from their typical destinations that they knew of. जो जयपुर पता है, जोधपुर पता है, main cities पता है, देहरादून पता है, मसूरी पता है, आंध्रा में एक main city पता है, but what about all those unseen beautiful places? So we request, in fact, through this platform, once again to all the state governments, कि आप अपने tour operators को, अपने state government के tourism के officials को कहिए कि वो हमारे साथ share करें. We are very happy to put it on social media because demand तो हमें create करवानी ही पड़ेगी. That is a crucial part. अगर हमने industry को थोड़ा-थोड़ा भी उभारना है throughout this distress, then the demand has to be created. And demand will require, yes, safety regulations, guidelines, they are in place. But now the products, we have to bring the products forward. And there again, the industry and we have to work together in being creative. So some of these are my, I mean, I can go talking on and on. पूरा घंटा भर भी बात कर सकती हूँ. And there I would say that yes, enthusiasm. And I would say, Jyotsna ji, I am more and more that I'm doing these webinars and talking to my state governments and to tour operators, citizens of the country. इतना I would share with you कि इतना enthusiasm है सबके अंदर. इतने लोग मुड़ के हमें आजकल ये बात कह रहे हैं, really इतना सुंदर ये एरिया हमारे यहाँ अवेलेबल था, हमें पता ही नहीं है इसके बारे में. एंड छत्तीसगढ़, उड़ीसा, तो दोनों ही स्टेट्स के बारे में जितना हम दिखा रहे हैं, सब लोग कह रहे हैं रियली टूरिज्म के लिए ये सब चीजें भी थी. और गुजरात के हमारे मंत्री जी जुड़े हुए हैं साथ में, उन्हें पता है कि जब हम रान ऑफ कच्छ में गए थे फरवरी में, सब लोग अचंभित थे कि इतने सुंदर एरियाज अवेलेबल हैं और फैसिलिटीज भी रहने के लिए इतनी अच्छी है. सो आई थिंक समवेयर वी आर आल्सो फेलिंग एज अ नेशन in not showcasing the beautiful splendor of our country. Gandikota's canyon has caught off imagination like how. So I think we all need to, sort of work together, create that synergy and tell people कि जाइए, बिल्कुल जाइए, बाहर दुनिया भी देखिए, पर अपने अतुल्य भारत को तो देख लीजिए पहले, अपने अपने शहरों को तो देख लीजिए पहले. I mean, that is my, as I keep saying in every single webinar, I feel so humbled after every webinar कि इतना कुछ है हमारे देश में देखने के लिए. If you go for embroideries, endless. You go for food, endless. You go for arts and crafts, endless. So these are my, words of, I would say, it's just becoming a passion, and we are there with you, supporting you throughout whatever be the needs from us, and we will keep voicing all your concerns to the Ministry of Finance also, because that's where the bottom lines have to start getting better. Money is crucial. We do not, deny its significance. But let's start creating the demand so that everybody's businesses at whatever level they may be, they may be a homestay, they may be a 5-star property. Everybody needs to start getting back to their enterprise. So thank you once again, and satark rahiye, swasth rahiye, namaskar, and thank you for providing this platform once again.
Just one more quick question for you, since you've been emphasizing on Dekho Apna Desh initiative, which was a pre-lockdown initiative. The government is going to continue in the post-COVID scenario as well. हमने कुछ दिनों पहले टूरिज्म मिनिस्टर जी को भी सुना, अपने प्रिंट मीडिया को जब वो इंटरव्यूज दे रहे थे, स्पिरिट ऑफ इनोवेशंस की उन्होंने बात की. He talks about spirit of innovations. Could you elaborate more on this? What does he mean by spirit of innovations? Now, are we going to be looking at more offbeat domestic destinations being promoted, which would also perhaps mean looking at more activities that one can indulge in, which automatically promote social distancing, maybe activities like trekking, mountaineering, wellness retreats? Is that something that we're looking at now?
Yes, Rupali, thanks for driving me towards adventure. And that is definitely top on the agenda, adventure and trekking. We've managed to do at least 6 webinars already simply on adventure. We've done some on the wildlife sanctuaries and the nature parks, and reminding everybody, yes, these are places that allow you natural social distancing. They are close to nature, and these are places that definitely need to be showcased. So yes, we'll be doing that with all the state governments. We are working towards creating at least 52 itineraries, which are those short distance itineraries, 1 night, 2 night kind of itineraries, which would be accessible intra-state and neighboring states. That's in a very, very advanced stage. We shall be putting it out on our website, on the social media. We're also going to come out with travel calendars, which are going to be both in print form as well as in a digital app form, hopefully soon. And they'll be put at various places. So it could be in the CCD, it could be in a barista, it could be in the hotel lobbies. So we'll create that kind of promotional material, which is being done in collaboration with all the organizations, including FICCI, local chapters, CII, FAITH, ITO, ADTOI, and all the organizations that are associated with tourism. So those are the kind of things that we're already doing. And the social media is being actively used to engage with citizens. The webinars will continue going the way they are. In fact, the webinars are now being shared by other ministries also, including the Human Resource Development, so that it goes out as a repository, not only for direct tourism related, but to citizens at large, so that it fires their imagination. We are also in touch with the National Book Trust of India, because we got a feedback from industry that it's the children at homes who drive a lot of demand, because it's the children, in order of hierarchy, the children, and then the lady of the house, and the man of the house is the last. He's the one who actually just goes and spends. So we are targeting the children and the women into decision making and taking a lot of domestic, not so seen itineraries for now. Yeah.
So much for those insights. Do stay on with us, as I would now like to move to the states and get their insights into how they are working towards reviving the tourism sector in their respective states. अगर हम मध्य प्रदेश का रुख कर सकें, इस वक्त उषा ठाकुर जी हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं. उषा जी, आपसे पूछना चाहूंगे कि हमारे देश में जहां 130 करोड़ की आबादी वाला देश है, पर्यटन उद्योग ऐसा उद्योग है जो सैकड़ों लोगों को रोजगार मुहैया कराता है. ऐसी स्थिति में आज के दिन जब पर्यटन उद्योग जो है बिल्कुल ठप सा पड़ गया है, इसको रिवाइव करने के लिए, इसको पटरी पर वापस लाने के लिए किस तरह के मेजर्स, किस तरह के कदम आप उठाने की सोच रहे हैं अपने राज्य में?
रूपाली जी, ये सच है कि कोविड-19 की महामारी से पूरा विश्व जूझ रहा है, और यदि इससे सबसे अधिक प्रभावित किया है तो वो पर्यटन और टूरिज्म को है. जिस संक्रमण काल से ये विभाग गुजर रहा है, सचमुच चिंताजनक स्थिति है. मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगी ज्योत्सना जी को कि इस मौके पर हौसला अफजाई के लिए ये कार्यक्रम आयोजित किया. मध्य प्रदेश जो कोशिशें कर रहा है, कई नवाचार वो अपने आप में समेटे हुए है कि कैसे यहाँ का पर्यटन उद्योग फिर से जीवित हो जाए और उससे जुड़े हजारों हजार लोगों की आजीविका निर्विघ्न चल पाए. के लिए जैसे भी मध्य प्रदेश ने कुछ नवाचार का मन बनाया है और रूरल टूरिज्म को हमने ज्यादा ध्यान केंद्रित किया है. रूरल टूरिज्म से लोग स्थानीय संस्कृति को, वहां की मौलिकता को, वहां के रहन सहन, खान पान को जान पाएंगे और वहां पर्यटकों के लिए सारी सुविधाएं उपलब्ध हों. ऐसे भी अभी 53 गांव हमने मध्य प्रदेश में चिन्हित किए हैं जो पर्यटक स्थलों के आसपास के हैं. बफर में सफर एक अभियान हमने प्रारंभ किया है. उसमें राष्ट्रीय उद्यानों के बाहर भी पर्यटकों को सुरक्षित और कोविड की जितनी भी हिदायतें हैं उनका पालन करते हुए सारी सुविधाएं हम वहां उनको उपलब्ध कराने में जुटे हुए हैं. ये जो विश्व जूझ रहा है, और मुझे लगता है कि ये कहीं शांति पाएगा, कहीं इसको आनंद मिल पाएगा, इसलिए हम आध्यात्मिक टूरिज्म की ओर भी मध्य प्रदेश को ले जाना चाहते हैं, जहां मेडिटेशन होगा, योगा होगा, वैदिक लाइब्रेरी होगी और विभिन्न गतिविधियां जो व्यक्ति को आध्यात्म से जोड़कर उसे आत्मबली बनाए और इस प्रकार की प्राकृतिक आपदाओं और चुनौतियों से निपटने का मादा उनमें वो पैदा करें.
जी उषा जी, थैंक यू सो मच. आपने जिक्र किया कि किस तरह से आप रूरल टूरिज्म पर अपना ध्यान केंद्रित करेंगी. अगर अब हम गुजरात का रुख कर सके, वासन भाई ये जी हमारे साथ है. सर, आपसे पूछना चाहूंगी कि जब हम पर्यटन उद्योग को रिवाइव करने की, पटरी पर फिर से दोबारा लाने की बात कर रहे हैं, तो किसी भी चीज को रिवाइव करने के लिए पहले हमें डिमांड को रिवाइव करना होगा. डिमांड को दोबारा शुरू करने के लिए जो कंज्यूमर का जो कॉन्फिडेंस है उसे भी रिवाइव करना होगा. जैसे रुपिंदर जी ने कहा कि कंज्यूमर सेंटिमेंट को बेहतर करने के लिए, ताकि वो आश्वस्त हो ट्रैवलर कि आज के दिन मैं ट्रैवल कर सकता हूँ. तो और एक ट्रैवलर क्या चाहता है कि जहां मैं जा रहा हूँ वहां साफ सफाई हो, वहां के प्रोटोकॉल्स स्पष्ट हो, ताकि किसी तरह की अनसर्टेनिटी ना हो. तो आपकी तरफ से आप अपने राज्य में किस तरह के कदम उठा रहे हैं ताकि जो कंज्यूमर कॉन्फिडेंस है वो एक बार दोबारा रिवाइव हो? सर, आपको अपने आप को अनम्यूट करना होगा सर. आप शायद म्यूट हैं.
टाइम आगे तैयार किया.
जी
नमस्ते.
जी नमस्कार.
पहले तो मैं फिक्की को और ज्योत्सना जी को मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूं कि इन्होंने ये वेबिनार के माध्यम से पूरे हिंदुस्तान के पर्यटक मंत्रियों को एक स्टेज लाकर और इस महामारी में एक नई दिशा दी. आई रियली हार्टली कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन ज्योत्सना जी, ऑल द ऑरेंज. और बाकी हमारे देश के टूरिज्म मिनिस्टर, मेरे प्रिय मित्र भाई श्री प्रहलाद सिंह पटेल जी और मेरे साथी सब मंत्रियों को मैं इस मौके पर बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। आदरणीय ज्योत्सना जी, आदरणीय रूपाली जी, आदरणीय उपेंद्र बार जी, आदरणीय उषा ठाकुर जी, ज्योति प्रकाश पानीग्राही जी, कड़ाकमपल्ली जी, आदरणीय तंबरध्वज साहू जी, ऑल द रिस्पेक्टेड माय डियर सिस्टर एंड ब्रदर्स। हमारे गुजरात में तो आपने जैसे बताया कि टूरिस्ट को सेफ जगह मिलती है तो वो खुश होता है। मुझे कहते हुए बड़ा आनंद होता है, पूरे हिंदुस्तान में सबसे ज्यादा सेफ कोई अगर जो राज्य हो तो हमारे जहाँ के पनौते पुत्र और इस देश के प्रजावत्सल प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जहाँ से आते हैं वो गुजरात का होने के लिए हमें बड़ा बड़ा गौरव है। आज इस देश के प्रजावत्सल प्रधानमंत्री जब नरेंद्र भाई मोदी हमारे गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री थे, हमारा जहाँ जन्म हुआ है कच्छ में, वो कच्छ के अंदर हमको 7 पीढ़ियों से पता नहीं था कि हमारे पास इतनी सारी विरासत है। व्हाइट डेजर्ट 7 पीढ़ियों तक किसी को पता नहीं था, लेकिन हमारे इस देश के प्रजावत्सल प्रधानमंत्री श्रद्धेय नरेंद्र भाई ने आकर ये स्थल को ढूंढा और आज से 50 साल पहले वो जाके वहां जोगा और आदि अपना कार्य करते रहते थे, अकेले थे तभी भी। आज पूरे देश में रोजगारी देने के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा ताकतवर स्थल बना है व्हाइट डेजर्ट। उसके कारण आसपास के 50-100 गांवों में पूरे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक तेजी आई है। आज छोटा सा दूध बेचने वाला आदमी, उसके बगल में एक छोटा सा 500-400 की बस्ती धरने वाला भिंडियारा गांव है, वहां ज्योत्सना जी 5 करोड़ रुपए के मावा यानी कि दूध का मावा बिकता है। ऐसे छोटे छोटे लोगों के लिए बहुत बड़ी रोजगारी देने के लिए ये टूरिज्म के पास शक्यता है, टूरिज्म के पास ताकत है। आज इस राज्य के हमारे जनप्रिय मुख्यमंत्री आदरणीय विजय भाई रूपानी जी भी, जो नरेंद्र भाई ने जो एक सिलसिला शुरू किया है, जो फास्ट ट्रैक से चल रहे हैं, उसको कहीं भी ढीला न होने देने के लिए हमारे मुख्यमंत्री जी कटिबद्ध है। आज हमारे इस गुजरात का 1650 किलोमीटर दरिया है, तो उसमें से मेरे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में कच्छ में 450 किलोमीटर पड़ता है। तो हम लोगों ने इस दरिया किनारे को डेवलपमेंट करने के लिए राज्य सरकार ने कटिबद्धता अपनी व्यक्त की है। हमने बजट में भी प्रावधान किया है और आज मुझे कहते हुए जो गुजरात के पास जो एक कुदरती जो हमारे पास गॉड गिफ्ट है वो शायद किसी राज्य के पास होगी। आज लाइन हमारे पास है, आज व्हाइट डेजर्ट हमारे पास है, आज सोमनाथ जैसा कीर्तिमान मंदिर हमारे गुजरात के पास है, कालिया ठाकुर का मंदिर जहां अहीरों के घर पर 11 साल 52 दिन बड़ा हुआ कालिया ठाकुर, वो द्वारिकाधीश हमारे पास है। आज माँ अम्बे माँ के दर्शन करने हैं तो वहाँ हमारे लाडले मुख्यमंत्री उस टाइम के तत्कालीन आदरणीय नरेंद्र भाई ने 52 शक्तिपीठ का वहाँ आयोजन किया है। और मुझे कहते हुए बहुत गौरव हो रहा है कि इस देश के हमारे नामांकित एक्टर्स यानी कि हमारा हिंदुस्तान के गौरव आदरणीय अमिताभ जी भी ऐसे कहते हैं कि कच्छ नहीं देखा तो कुछ नहीं देखा, कुछ तो दिन गुजारिए गुजरात में। यह हमारा स्लोगन बन गया है। तो इसलिए आने वाले दिनों में गुजरात एक ऐसा राज्य है जो कोई भी टूरिस्ट बाहर से फॉरेन से आता है तो 1 महीने तक रोज नई चीजें उनको देखना मिलती है। चाहे धार्मिक स्थल हो, चाहे हमारी इंडस्ट्री हो, चाहे हमारे जंगल हो, चाहे हमारे आदिवासी पट्टा हो, चाहे हमारी एग्रीकल्चर की ग्रोथ हो, डेवलपमेंट हो, कोई भी कुछ देखना है तो कोटेश्वर से लेकर और हमारा स्टेच्यू ऑफ यूनिटी तक हम किसी भी टूरिस्ट को हम पहुंचा सकते हैं। आदरणीय नरेंद्र भाई की सोच आप देखो, सालों तक इस लोखंडी पुरुष सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल को किसी ने याद नहीं किया। आज विश्व की बड़ी प्रतिमा बनाकर 182 फुट की प्रतिमा बनाकर आज करोड़ों लोगों को वहां रोजगारी मिल रही है और देश का नौजवान उससे प्रेरणा ले रहा है कि हमको क्या करना है, हमको कैसे आजादी मिली थी। 562 रजवाड़ों को एक छत पर लाने का जिसको सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ था, ऐसे आदरणीय वल्लभ भाई पटेल को छाजे इस तरह की प्रतिमा बनाकर हजारों लाखों लोगों को रोजगारी देने का प्रावधान आज हमारी गुजरात की धरती पर हो रहा है। तो रियली आई प्राउड ऑफ यू। ऐसे हम काम कर रहे हैं। तो आने वाले दिनों में भी इस कोविड की महामारी में भी कैसे हमारे राज्य में, कैसे हमारे हिंदुस्तान में ज्यादा में ज्यादा टूरिस्ट आए और उनका हम मेहमान गति करके उनका हम अच्छी तरह स्वागत कर सके, यही बातों में हम अगर जो आगे बढ़ेंगे तो हिंदुस्तान के पास जो विरासत है, हिंदुस्तान के पास जो कल्चर है, हिंदुस्तान के पास जो एक अपनी दृढ़ शक्ति है, वो और किसी भी देशों में नहीं होगी। ये मेरा दृढ़ मानना है। आदरणीय प्रधान, अपने देश के पर्यटन मंत्री आदरणीय प्रहलाद सिंह पटेल जी बहुत काम कर रहे हैं। हमारे यहाँ धोलावीरा है जो 550 जो बहन जी आई भी थी वहाँ, उस टाइम पर उसने देखा है 550 साल की पुरातन संस्कृति है। वहाँ भी केंद्र सरकार ने लगभग मैं मानता हूँ इस बजट में 500 करोड़ की प्रावधान भी की है। वहाँ एयरपोर्ट के लिए भी सोचा जा रहा है, जल्दी से जल्दी वहाँ की आनुषंगिक सुविधाएं उपलब्ध की जाए। इस तरह हमारे गुजरात सरकार और केंद्र सरकार साथ में मिलकर हम हमारे गुजरात के टूरिज्म को बढ़ावा देने के लिए दृढ़ संकल्प है। मुझे आज कहते हुए बड़ा आनंद है कि ज्योत्सना जी की ओर से, फिक्की की ओर से मुझे इसमें शामिल किया गया। आप सबके दर्शन के मुझे सद्भाग्य प्राप्त हुआ। आई रियली थैंक यू, थैंक्स टू ऑल आर, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
रूपाली कैन आई कम इन फॉर अ मिनट? वासन भाई, मैं सोच रही थी कि आप धोलावीरा को कैसे भूल गए। ये तो इतनी बढ़िया हरप्पन साइट है और ये एक हमारा जूल है गुजरात का धोलावीरा। थैंक यू वेरी मच। बैक टू यू रूपाली।
जरूर होता है। और अब लोग गुजरात के बाद, गुजरात में जैसा कि आहिर जी ने कहा कि बहुत कुछ देखने के लिए, छत्तीसगढ़ का अब हम रुख करना चाहेंगे। कमलाध्वज जी, साहू जी हमारे साथ हैं। साहू जी, आपसे ये पूछना चाहूंगी कि राज्य में बहुत कुछ देखने को है, लेकिन जिस तरह से हम कंज्यूमर कॉन्फिडेंस की बात करते हैं, अगर हमको पर्यटन दोबारा शुरू करना है, पर्यटकों को अपने राज्य में बुलाना है, तो ये आश्वासन भी देना बहुत जरूरी है कि अगर आप हमारे राज्य में आते हैं तो जो स्वास्थ्य सुविधाएं हैं, जो मेडिकल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, वो भी अच्छी तरह से चल रहा है। क्योंकि आजकल हेल्थ कंसर्न्स, कोविड के बाद जो पर्यटक जो ट्रैवल करेंगे उनको हेल्थ कंसर्न्स को लेकर बहुत चिंताएं हैं, क्वारंटीन प्रोटोकॉल्स को लेकर बहुत चिंता है। इस पर आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे जो लोग आपके राज्य में आना चाहें? साहू जी, आपको भी अपने आप को अनम्यूट करना होगा सर।
हो गया है
जी जी।
हमारा छत्तीसगढ़ एक छोटा सा प्रदेश है और यहाँ पर्यटन की अनंत संभावनाएं हैं। चर्चा करने के पहले मैं आप सबको धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा, केंद्रीय पर्यटन मंत्रालय को, ज्योत्सना जी को, आपको भी, और जितने जुड़े हैं प्रदेश के हमारे मंत्रीगण, उन सबका प्रणाम भी करता हूं, उन सबको नमस्कार करता हूं। अभी सरकार हमारी बनने के बाद हमारे मुख्यमंत्री माननीय भूपेश बघेल जी ने विशेष दिलचस्पी ली है और इस वर्ष हमारे पर्यटन का बजट 70% बढ़ाया है और हमारे छत्तीसगढ़ में पर्यटन को उद्योग का दर्जा देने के लिए हम लोगों ने नीति भी बनाई है। अभी आपने जो आज ये आयोजन किया, इससे सभी प्रदेश के जो लोग हैं उनको एक दूसरे के विषय में जानने का अवसर मिलेगा और किस प्रकार पर्यटन को एक दूसरे राज्य से मिल करके आगे बढ़ाने की बात आएगी, उस पर भी काफी अच्छा चर्चा होगी। एक दूसरे के सुझाव और उस चर्चा के द्वारा फायदा प्रत्येक देश इसको ले सकेंगे। ये निश्चित बात है, जैसा कि आपने कहा, कोविड-19 के बाद पर्यटन के सिस्टम में परिवर्तन आ जाएगा, क्योंकि मेरा मानना है कि अब यात्रीगण जो हैं ऐसा सुरक्षित स्थान चाहेंगे जहां पर सहजता से, आसानी से पहुंचा जा सके, प्राकृतिक सौंदर्य का आनंद भी ले सकें, आबो हवा ठीक हो, वहां पर चिकित्सा सुविधाएं भी हो, बाहर से आ रहे हैं तो 14 दिन क्वारंटाइन कर देने की बात भी उनके दिमाग में ना हो। ये सारी बातें हैं और हम लोगों ने छत्तीसगढ़ में इस बात के लिए विशेष ध्यान रखा है हमारे यहाँ छत्तीसगढ़ में जो पर्यटन स्थल हैं, चाहे वो ऐतिहासिक महत्व के हों, पुरातात्विक हों, नेचुरल हों, फॉरेस्ट एरिया के हों, जलप्रपात हों, सभी क्षेत्रों में हम लोगों ने विशेष ध्यान रखा है, क्योंकि अब पर्यटक अपने निजी वाहनों से आना जाना करना चाहेंगे कोरोना के दृष्टिकोण से। तो उस दृष्टिकोण से भी सड़कों का हालत हमारे यहाँ हम लोगों ने ठीक कर लिया। वहाँ उतरते ही उनको जो सुविधाएं चाहिए यात्रियों को, वो भी हम सब ने ठीक कर लिया। वहाँ उनके रुकने का मोटल है, हट्स है, रेस्ट हाउस है, होटल व्यवस्था है, केटरिंग है, सारी चीज़ों की व्यवस्था हम लोगों ने ठीक कर ली है, ताकि जब यात्री यहाँ आए तो उनको हर प्रकार की सुविधा मिले। इस प्रकार से हम लोगों ने व्यवस्था की है और सारे हमारे होटल मोटल को रख रखाव को परिवर्तित हम लोगों ने कर दिया है। दूरस्थ अंचल में जो हमारे पर्यटन स्थल है वो आकर्षण का केंद्र बनेंगे, क्योंकि मेरा मानना है भारतवर्ष में छत्तीसगढ़ के फॉरेस्ट एरिया में जो हमारा पर्यटन स्थल है और हमारी आदिवासी संस्कृति है, वो अपने आप में एक नयापन लेकर के है। तो और अभी कोविड-19 के बाद हम लोगों ने अपने प्रदेश में पर्यटन को, जैसा मैंने कहा, उद्योग का दर्जा देने के लिए पर्यटन नीति 2020 अलग उद्योग नीति बना दी है और उसका भी हम लोगों ने सर्कुलेट कर दिया है। पर्यटन प्रोत्साहन योजना भी हमारे यहाँ हम लोगों ने लागू किया है। इसको प्रोत्साहित करने के अलग अलग सब्सिडी हम लोग देते जा रहे हैं। अभी आपने अनुभव किया होगा, प्रवासी मजदूर जो एक प्रांत के मजदूर दूसरे प्रदेशों में थे, हमारे छत्तीसगढ़ के मजदूर दूसरे प्रदेशों में थे जो वापस आए, उनको भी काम चाहिए। तो स्किल डेवलपमेंट की ओर हम लोगों ने ध्यान दिया और पर्यटन स्थलों में इन मजदूरों के लिए काम मुहैया कराया। कोई चाय का, होटल का, आने जाने का, गाड़ी का, रिक्शे का, इस प्रकार से व्यवस्था करके जो हमारे मजदूर छत्तीसगढ़ के बाहर से आए हैं उनके लिए भी हम लोगों ने व्यवस्था किया हुआ है और यात्रियों को भी उससे काफ़ी सुविधा मिलेगी। हमारे यहाँ वाटर बॉडीज बहुत हैं, बड़े बड़े डैम हैं या बड़ी नदियाँ हैं या आइलैंड जैसा हमारे यहाँ फॉरेस्ट एरिया में है। तो वाटर बॉडीज बहुत हैं, तो उसमें वाटर टूरिज्म को बढ़ावा देने के लिए भी हम लोग काफ़ी काम कर रहे हैं। पैकेजिंग मार्केटिंग के क्षेत्र में और माइंस टूरिज्म के क्षेत्र में भी हमारे यहाँ काफ़ी काम हो रहा है। और मुझे लगता है कि जैसे ही ये कोविड-19 का समाप्त होगा तो बाहर तो अभी जा नहीं पाएंगे, पूरे भारतवर्ष के लोगों के लिए हमारा छत्तीसगढ़ बेहतर स्थान है। बहुत हम आमंत्रित करते हैं सबको और आज हम दूसरे प्रदेशों का भी जो सुनने को मिल रहा है उससे और बेहतर जो हमको करते बनेगा जरूर करेंगे। मैं आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ।
धन्यवाद साहू जी। आप अपने राज्य में बहुत से लोगों को, पर्यटकों को आमंत्रित कर रहे हैं। जरूर हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि लोग आपके राज्य आएंगे। अब रुख करते हैं हम केरल का। कदमकली सुरेंद्र जी हमारे साथ हैं। सुरेंद्र जी, इफ आई कुड आस्क यू अबाउट the tourist destination now. If we are talking about promoting offbeat tourist destinations, we are talking also of out of the box innovative ideas to attract tourists to a particular state. Are you then looking at out of the box marketing, maybe in terms of some digital content to be generated to attract the tourists? Because now we really need to think out of the box to revive the consumer confidence to travel.
Good afternoon, everyone. Srimati Shri Usha Thakur, Honorable Minister of Tourism, Madhya Pradesh. Shri Jyoti Prakash Panigrahi, Honorable Minister of Tourism, Odisha. Shri Basanbhai Ahir, Honorable Tourism Minister of State, Gujarat. Shri Tamrathwaj Sahu, Honorable Minister of Tourism, Chhattisgarh. Shri C.T. Ravi, Honorable Minister of Tourism, Karnataka. Srimati Rubinder Brar, Additional Director General, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. Dr. Jyotsna Suri, past President, FICCI, and Chairperson, FICCI Tourism Committee. And hello to all those who have joined us today. COVID-19 has crippled life around the world. It has brought the world to a standstill. It has shattered economies, and travel and tourism is one of the major sectors that has been badly hit. It is an unprecedented crisis, and Kerala tourism is slowly finding its feet. We have a long way to go, but we are on the right path. We are making good use of the crisis management experience gained from the 2018 floods and the Nipah outbreak to fight COVID-19 too. Kerala tourism stands in solidarity with the travel trade across the world and is doing all it can to minimize the impact on travel as well as trade. We are starting off by reviving domestic tourism, first within our own state, followed by other states. An action plan for the revival of the tourism sector is being drawn up, and several support schemes are under the consideration of the Kerala government, including assistance to tourism stakeholders and employees. This apart, Kerala tourism will be promoting Ayurveda in a major way, considering the importance of healing and wellness in the current COVID scenario. We will be also promoting ecotourism and adventure among domestic tourists. In the days to come, we will get a clearer picture of the challenges and obstacles ahead. But we are sure we will defeat all odds and make a remarkable comeback. The strong synergy between the private and public sector will be a key driving force on our road to recovery. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Surendran. Thank you so much. Clearly, Kerala is trying to revive the tourism, the domestic tourism industry, with Sir telling us that the focus will be on ecotourism, wellness, and Ayurveda, healing and wellness activities will be in sharp focus. Thank you very much. From Kerala, if I could move to Karnataka, Mr. C.T. Ravi is with us. Sir, if you could tell us what would your prime focus be for your state? Just like in Kerala, we are looking at wellness, because healing and wellness is something we really need to focus on, given that these are very troubled times. Everybody lives and livelihoods have been impacted hugely by this pandemic. What are your measures for your state, sir, to revive domestic tourism?
Good evening, everybody. सबको प्रणाम हो. मैं जानता हूं आप सब कुशल है. You know, our state, we have everything except snow. We have a coastal line, we have a hill station, we have a heritage site, we have a other tourism places, national parks, and everything. But COVID-19 pandemic has brought the world to a standstill, and tourism industry has been the worst affected among the major economic sectors. Our state, it has contributed 14.5 GSDP. But now we are totally flat. But we have already formulated and released SOPs for a safety and hygienic in tourist destinations. We have launched Noduba Nammura, means Love Your Native campaign on 8th June 2020, encourage local tourism and to support livelihood of rural masses. We had virtual meeting with all stakeholders in the state and encouraged them to restart tourism related activities, strictly following government guidelines, SOPs issued time to time. Safety and hygienic protocol are already in place in our government run JLR properties and KSTDC properties. We are operating up to 50% occupancy. After opening up our eco-tourism resorts, there has been very good response from the domestic tourist. We have planned to start domestic tourism promotion activities in a phased manner to attract tourists. Department of Tourism has released a short video on the safety hygienic protocols for the information and benefit of all. Government of India and all neighboring states should work together in marketing and promotion of all tourism destinations. Take up digital campaigning, webinars to build up confidence among tourists to visit nearby destinations. We accept that domestic tourism will gradually pick up in coming days. We seek cooperation from neighboring states of Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Goa, etc. to ease the movement restriction for tourists in a controlled, regulated manner. We may work together for a common SOPs guidelines. Thank you, one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We are looking for synergy among states, and we're hoping that that will also come about, because without collaboration, it's going to be very, very difficult to revive this sector. So hoping that that synergy comes in and the collaborative efforts are put in as well. Let's move on to Odisha now. Tourism Minister of Odisha with us. And it's Minister of Tourism Odisha, Jyoti Prakash Panigrahi. He's been leading from the front to change the face of Odisha tourism. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. If you could talk to us about some of the concerns that you might have at this point in time on the road ahead. We are speaking at a time when we are trying to revive this sector. It's not going to be an easy task. We are looking for synergy between the state and the state governments, a collaborative effort from all stakeholders. What, according to you, would be the topmost priority at this time to revive the sector?
Yeah, namaskar to everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay. First of all, to all my honorable ministers, 5 ministers from 5 states have joined. Myself, we are 6. So, thank you, Madam Jyotsna Suriji. You have arranged this FICCI. The e-conclave, which are being told is attended by 2,200 participants. That's excellent. In this valedictory section, I'm glad that we are able to share many of the things. But Madam Rupinder Brar is there. Good that, but yesterday our Union Minister Sri Patelji was there. We could have interacted in a synergy, what we are talking about from the union and state, what Dr. Jyotsna Suri and moderator Rupali was asking to Srimati Brar, what is that incentive that is given for the booster of the tourism? That's actually, we should come to the point that what can bring the tourism, which is the badly hit area. I want to tell you the first thing that our Honorable Chief Minister Sri Naveen Patnaik, yesterday we had a meeting in a video conference, very clearly told that our first priority is the life of the people. So in this pandemic, there will not be any shortage of money for the, treatment for fighting the epidemic corona. I just want to tell you and assure you, tourism is a most favored topic of our Honorable CM, because this time in the state budget, there was an increase of around 400%. So four times increase was there. But unfortunately, with this pandemic situation, the budget recast is necessary because there is no revenue. There is a downward trend of the revenue. Compared to the last year, we are about to, gather only 70%. So growth is not there. So yet, I am able to convince our Honorable CM that we must retain the money for the tourism development. Therefore, the planning that I have for the tourism department, since this is a lean season, we started the pandemic from the end of the March. Our assembly was closed on March 13th. Then this is the examination time. So we say lean season, this will go till August, September, the rainy season is there. And we are about to start with the October. So my thing, during this period, we want to take up some work that is the developmental work for the destination that we have. Therefore, with this time, we can do some infra development. I do not want to do a kind of over marketing of the thing that we have everything. As rightly said by Madam Bra, there are many things. There are many unexplored locations in Odisha, which are told as the best kept secret of India. But we are not over marketing. Simple reason is that with this pandemic, we have to make a slow and steady growth. Therefore, the development aspect which was pending in terms of we are not able to cater it, since there is always a tourism destinations were not free, so we are not able to take care of it. So we took up all the A1 category, all the A category of destination. We'll finish up all the development work for this current financial year. That is what we are taking up for this year. Second part we are taking care is the product enhancement. Product enhancement is another thing. Whatever the product we have, we should start, expanding it. We had the last time Honorable Union Minister visited Konark. All of you must have heard the name Konark. Konark night stay on the beach. So we had a concept like Run of Kutch, where the same thing we started replicating. We do not want to invent the wheel. So we replicated it, say huge success. So we want to enhance that product and try to replicate in many more areas in Odisha. We started with 1 location. This time we want to do for 5 locations. Okay. Now, this is another part we wanted to take up. And the most important part which I want to give the emphasis, of course, everyone has the same concept that neighboring states should be tapped, which we are also thinking of doing with Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand, Andhra, maybe with West Bengal. But I want to give emphasis onto it that we'll have a mutual MOU. We started with Gujarat. If Ahirji able to remember, we signed the MOU. It's not MOU, Memorandum of Intent. We are about to sign the MOU, but this pandemic came. In that, we want to give the emphasis that we'll not only do the road show, we'll do a mutual promotion of each neighboring state. We promote you and you promote us. So both mutually benefit, and all of you can come on the road, or whatever the law, whatever the locking or unlocking, whatever the shutdown allows, based on that, the tourists can come. So therefore, the domestic tourism per se is, of course, the important thing that we want to give the emphasis. And I am of view that with this year, there will be down in the tourism footfall, because there is some scare factor. We have to, definitely accept that reality. I think we cannot run away from that reality. And the scare factor, unless it doesn't go out from the mind, the government has opened up airlines, but the people are not traveling. Government has opened up buses, people are not coming. So unless the pandemic goes out of from their mind, they will not come. So we'll try to promote something in virtual mode, maybe to sensitize them. We are on that track that what Madam Brar was telling, that union government is most in terms of incentive giving, they are ready to do the marketing. We'll talk on that and we'll try to market ourselves more. And that is more need of the time. That is the need of the time. And we'll definitely look forward some more product development, some new product development. I was looking at, why can't we have some kind of cine tourism, which will definitely bring Odisha into a center stage. So those kind of some slew of measures that we are trying to take, and we have the product ecotourism, which is the best of the kind. When I was talking to my counterpart in Karnataka, and see Raviji is very best friend of mine, and they are the best. We can also emulate from them, and we started emulating from them. So this is what we are doing, and definitely our counterpart in Kerala, when they are doing of the health tourism, that is what we have. The hot springs are available in Odisha. I wanted to develop something on the health tourism part of it, and I think it is a mutual relation which will bring all of us together. And thank you, everyone. I think our duty is nowadays to do more work on the COVID fighting. So Honorable CM is doing plasma therapy, which is a thing that we have started in Odisha. We are also assigned with the work of doing a plasma collection. So all of you and my dear friends and colleagues, hopefully all of you are doing fine, and your state is also doing fine for fighting the COVID. And we look forward to work together, and in the future, definitely we'll bounce back in the tourism. Thank you.
That everyone is going to bounce back. The sector is going to bounce back. On that note, let me just move on to Mr. Saubhagya Mohapatra ji. He's also with us. Sir, if I could ask you, I do believe that FICCI has also made certain recommendations to the central ministry with regards to the revival of domestic tourism. What, according to you, at this point in time, are the priority areas that one should look at? The concerns, the government is talking of a stimulus package. Do you think that it will aid in reviving the sector and the economy?
Namaskar, Madam Susri Usha Thakur, Honorable Minister Tourism, Culture and Government of Madhya Pradesh, Sri Jyoti Prakash Panigre, Honorable Minister Tourism, Odia Language, Literature and Culture, Government of Odisha, Sri Kadam Kampali Surendran, Honorable Tourism Minister of Kerala, Sri Vasan Bhai Adi Ahir, Honorable Tourism Minister State Government of Gujarat, Sri Tamandas Rao, Honorable Minister Public Works Department, Home Jail and Tourism Government of Chhattisgarh, Sri C.T. Ravi, Honorable Minister Tourism, Kannada and Culture, Youth Empowerment, Sports, Government of Karnataka, Srimati Rupinder Brar, Additional Director General, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, Dr. Suri, Chairperson, FICCI Tourism Committee, and Ms. Rupali Tiwari. On behalf of FICCI, I thank all esteemed panelists who over the last 2 days have deliberated on various topics for revival of travel and hospitality industry during this difficult time. It is my privilege to be part of this important e-conclave of travel and hospitality theme next. What's next? Addressed by our esteemed speaker has no doubt established that there is so much to do next. Our industry was the first to suffer and shall be the last to recover. Like always, this time to our industry, which is known for its remarkable resilience, will rise up to the occasion and come out of this crisis. Tourism and hospitality has always been self-sustaining sector. Our industry has contributed the economic development of the country with contribution of 9% towards GDP and creating an employment of around 2.6 crore apart from the creating multiple impact on the socio-economic growth of the country. The current crisis is an unprecedented one, but certainly not difficult one to revive. With all our collective efforts, together we can, with the support of central and state governments, we will be successful in bouncing back. Technology will play a key role in helping us cope with this emerging crisis. Discussion by our distinguished speakers during the session of role of technology and innovation to revive travel and tourism and emergence of new workforce models has put things in the right perspectives. COVID-19 outbreak has changed the traveling preference. The destinations that are rich in biodiversity and less frequented will dominate the travel preference. Here, the eastern and northeastern state will benefit immensely as they have number of exotic and unexplored destinations, spiritual, culture, and ecological significance to top of the opportunity improvements. In the infrastructure and facilities are required to harness these potential. In post-COVID era, some changes will be temporary, while some will be permanent. Among the many temporary changes that I foresee owing to the travel restrictions by rail and air, along with the issue of safety concerns of using public modes of transport, is the revival of driving holiday experiences. People will prefer traveling more by their own means of transport of business and holidays. Hence, the stakeholders of the industry shall accordingly realign their offering to cater this new emerging segment. An initiative has been made by Odisha Tourism, who are planning a scheme of road trip to and through Odisha, which targets some major cities of Odisha bordering states like West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, from the where tourists of Odisha shall be invited to travel by roads. We are happy to learn that neighboring states like Chhattisgarh and Odisha have taken the initiative for regional cooperation to enhance interstate tourism. We are hopeful that other neighboring states will also adapt to the welcome initiative. We also need to come up with a comprehensive strategy to further revamp our domestic tourism growth. Last year, India received over 10.8 million foreign tourist arrivals, while about 44 million Indians traveled abroad. With reduced to international travel and restrictions, the usual outbound travelers will now look for the destination within India. And here lies big opportunity which will kickstart revival of domestic tourism. So we should also focus on promoting India as a MICE and waiting destination and encourage movement within the India for travelers who earlier were traveling abroad for the purpose. It is heartening to learn that the organizations, association, tourism stakeholder, government administrations, tourism boards have come together and trying their best to overcome these difficult situations. I congratulate the team FICCI for organizing this e-conclave very successfully. I also request FICCI and other associations to conduct similar events in future, speedy recovery for this unprecedented situations and provide much needed confidence to the tourism professionals. Once again, on behalf of FICCI, I'd like to give our heartfelt thanks to each one of you and sparing you valuable time and blessing this conference. Thank you. जय हिंद।
The days ahead are not going to be full of speed breakers, and we can hopefully get the tourism sector back on track. Before we wrap up this session, I would like to go back to all the state ministers for their last comments. And before that, if I could just come back to Rupinder ma'am for one quick question. Ma'am, of course, listening to all of you and all the valuable suggestions and recommendations that have been made, would we now have to look at rebuilding this sector? Of course, we all agree that we need to reboot the sector, but this is also a changed world. So now do we also look at changing the tourism model, perhaps making it more resilient and more sustainable to withstand any kind of aftershocks in the days ahead? Are we looking at now a more sustainable and resilient model of tourism?
Yes, Rupali, I think some of the learnings that are coming to all of us through this pandemic, which is obviously unprecedented, and therefore giving an opportunity to think also as to what were the chinks in the whole system, the way we were running it. One essential thing that came up, and that's an important point that Honorable Minister from Odisha has raised, Panigrahi ji, that what has the center, how are we looking at supporting? One of the biggest challenges that came was that the industry is not even organized. And FICCI had run the whole statistical evaluation, and we realized that more than 70% of the industry was an unorganized sector. तो जब बात उठी कि किस सेक्टर से कैसे हेल्प मिलेगी, तो हमने ये पाया कि हम ऑर्गेनाइज्ड ही अगर नहीं है, तो दैट्स द फर्स्ट थिंग वी नीड टू डू टू स्टार्ट बिकमिंग ऑर्गेनाइज्ड एज अ सेक्टर. दूसरा, इस सेक्टर की थोड़ी सी समस्या ये है कि केंद्र और राज्य के स्तर पे it is not defined through any statutory regulations. That's the other challenge, and that's something we have to sit together with the states and work out कि एक पर्यटन जैसा सब्जेक्ट which is actually a very friendly सा सब्जेक्ट, घूमने फिरने से जुड़ा हुआ जो सब्जेक्ट है, और उसमें भी regulations कैसे लाने हैं, वो एक हमारे लिए चैलेंज है. एंड इसमें डायलॉग ऑलरेडी स्टार्ट हो चुका है स्टेट्स के साथ, एंड वी होप कि आने वाले समय में that dialogue can be taken forward, because that's very essential to work in some sort of a defined framework. Protocols are being put in place, databases बनने शुरू हो चुके हैं hotels के, homestays के, और उनको कुछ इस तरह से बनाना बहुत जरूरी है कि वो एक regulation का एक और माध्यम ना बन जाए. It should lead towards quality improvement and not create a deterrent either for people in the business or for travelers. So those are some of the challenges which we definitely need to work on, and in times to come, standardization and providing different variety, diverse packing of products and experiences is also our other challenge. And you've raised that issue with other state governments, and through this platform, in fact, because I have the fortune that 6 of the honorable ministers of tourism are joined on this platform, I would like to request through you and your good offices, we are talking to your officials from tourism sector, but kindly if you can also provide that little push कि अगर वो हमारे साथ itineraries अपनी share करें. We've been telling them कि आपके जो social media के handles हैं, अगर आप Incredible India और Ministry of Tourism के handle से जुड़ के अगर काम करेंगे, तो वो हमारे लिए और आपके लिए एक it gives bigger traction. और ऐसे भी इनक्रेडिबल इंडिया में मैं कोई भी तस्वीर डालूं तो आप सबकी तस्वीर होती है, हमारी तो अपनी कोई तस्वीर ही नहीं है. So it's very important to create that synergy, and we have far more reach. तो मैं आपके माध्यम से I would like to request कि आप अपने officials and tour operators इन सबको थोड़ा सा push करें कि आपके जो बड़े अद्भुत और छुपे हुए चीजें हैं आपके स्टेट की, उसको हमारे साथ जरूर शेयर करें, because we plan to make this digital diary which will go down in the form of an app very soon, and it will be like a ready reckoner for everyone. So ये सारे challenges opportunities हैं और मिलके काम करना बहुत जरूरी है आने वाले समय में. And I'll once again thanks FICCI and Rupali.
जैसा कि आपने कहा कि हर एक पैंडेमिक हर एक मुसीबत एक अपॉर्चुनिटी, एक मौका देती है ताकि हम जो समस्याएं हैं, जो प्रॉब्लम्स उन्हें फिक्स कर सके. और जैसा कि आपने कहा कि एक सिनर्जी चाहिए राज्य सरकारों और केंद्र सरकार के बीच, और इसी प्लेटफॉर्म पे क्योंकि आपने ये मुद्दा उठाया है, मैं जल्दी से सभी राज्य के मंत्रियों से ये आश्वासन आज लेना चाहूंगी, ताकि हम इस बात पर इस डिस्कशन को छोड़ें कि एक कोलैबोरेशन, एक सिनर्जी राज्य और केंद्र के बीच में बन पाएगी, ताकि ये टूरिज्म, ये पर्यटन क्षेत्र दोबारा रिवाइव हो सके। उषा ठाकुर जी, क्या आप ये आश्वासन, ये अश्योरेंस दे सकते हैं कि आप जितना भी हो सके आप अपने राज्य में उस तरह के कदम उठाएं ताकि वो केंद्र सरकार के कदमों के साथ चले, एक कोलैबोरेशन की तरह?
मैं निश्चित रूप से दे सकती हूँ, और मध्य प्रदेश बहुत सौभाग्यशाली है कि पर्यटन मंत्री माननीय प्रहलाद जी यहीं के हैं, और हमें पूरा भरोसा है कि पर्यटन उद्योग को सफलता के चरम तक ले जाने के लिए वो हमारा पूरा साथ देंगे, और बहुत सारे नवाचार जो हमने किए हैं उन सबको सफलता मिलेगी।
पानीग्राही जी, आपसे सुनना चाहेंगे।
देखिए कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल प्रहलाद सिंह जी also declared Konark as one of the iconic destinations. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Madam Brar can correct me. We are looking out for a visible impact. Definitely, देखो अपना देश जिसमें ये marketing handle का requirement है, we would be happy to share that. That's not the issue, but we are more concerned. I just want to elaborate little, Saubhagya ji here, in terms of how the industry can grow, because unless they don't have a visible things available with them, like for hotel industry, we are thinking interministerial committee has already decided, pending for the government approval, that fixed charges will be waived off from the hotels. Maybe it's a bar license, maybe electricity charges, all these things. So there are few of the things that we are taking care, because the pandemic has hit the backbone. I look forward to what Madam Brar was saying is, I think it is correct, but there is no statutory law. But there should not be, nothing stops us to have a common platform to understand how both can collaborate. Law doesn't, this is the industry which cannot be always run by the law. This requires a kind of energy and synergy. Thank you.
And we require the energy and the synergy. So are you also assuring us of that synergy today?
Yeah, definitely. We are there because it benefits us.
Mrs. Surendran, to you.
Sorry?
Surendran ji, if you can hear me.
Thank you. I hereby welcome the unified guidelines and protocols for the states from the Ministry of Tourism. These will serve as a roadmap for the states to move ahead. Kerala Tourism will work together with other state tourism departments so that a tourist traveling from one state to another has a hassle-free experience. We expect to welcome guests in another 1 or 2 months. Kerala Tourism is looking forward to collaborating with other state tourism boards as well as the Ministry of Tourism for the promotion of domestic tourism. We will be making our presence felt on the Incredible India digital platform as well by providing relevant content. Plans are also afoot to prepare itineraries that include destinations in the neighboring states as well. For the guidelines to be effectively implemented, we will ensure that we have active participation of the stakeholders also. Together, we will overcome and reinstate India's position as a high-value destination in this part of the world. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Fiki.
भाई जी, आपकी तरफ से आपके राज्य के लिए किस तरह से आप आश्वासन देंगे केंद्र सरकार को कि आप साथ मिलकर पर्यटन उद्योग के रिवाइवल की ओर बढ़ेंगे?
हमारे यहाँ, जैसा कि मैंने पहले कहा कि छत्तीसगढ़ आज अपना आदिवासी संस्कृति को लेकर के यहाँ के पर्यटन स्थल विकसित हैं और केंद्र का जो दिशा निर्देश,
जी जी प्लीज गो अहेड मैम।
केंद्र के जो दिशा निर्देश समय समय पर आते हैं पर्यटन से संबंधित, उसका पालन करेंगे। और कोविड-19 के बाद मेरा एक सुझाव है, जैसा आपने कहा, तो केंद्र और राज्य के बीच समन्वय के लिए एक प्लेटफॉर्म बनना चाहिए और हमारी जो आवश्यकताएं हैं राज्यों की, वो प्रतिपूर्ति केंद्र सरकार करे। हम पूरी तरह आश्वस्त करते हैं कि कोविड-19 के बाद पर्यटन के दृष्टिकोण से छत्तीसगढ़ आपके आदेश के अनुसार, आपके दिशा निर्देश के अनुसार हमेशा रहेगा। और पर्यटन के लिए मेरा एक मानना है कि इंटरटेनमेंट का सबसे बड़ा साधन पर्यटन है, क्योंकि थिएटर अब समाप्त हो गया है और है वो 2-3 घंटे का। लेकिन परिवार के साथ जब निकलते हैं 2 दिन, 4 दिन, 8 दिन, तो पर्यटन उसके लिए सबसे बड़ा चीज है। उड़ीसा के पर्यटन मंत्री जी ने जैसा कि कहा, हम लोगों ने भी अपने प्रदेश में नीति बना ली है कि आसपास के समीपवर्ती जितने हमारे प्रदेश हैं, वहाँ के पर्यटन, उनके रूल्स रेगुलेशन, उनकी कार्य योजना का अध्ययन करके और दोनों प्रदेशों का आपस में मिला करके, ताकि यात्री एक साथ दोनों प्रदेशों में पैकेज उनके लिए तैयार किया जा सके। तो मैं अपनी ओर से, छत्तीसगढ़ की ओर से आपको आश्वस्त करता हूं कि हम आपके साथ पूरी तरह सहमत हैं, तैयार हैं आने वाले समय के लिए। धन्यवाद।
हेलो
जी राय जी, आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे थे? सॉरी, आपको पहले रोक दिया था।
डोंट वरी। आज जो भी चर्चा हुई है, बहुत कुछ सीखने में मिला है। मैं कुछ 2019 में ओडिशा गया था, जैसे अभी पाणिग्राही ने जिक्र किया, हमारे दोनों स्टेटों ने MOU भी किए हैं। ऐसे ही अगर जो हम एक दूसरे राज्य मिलकर एक दूसरों की जो विरासतें हैं और वो टूरिज्म को बढ़ावा देने के लिए ताकतवर है, उनको हम एक दूसरे राज्य मिलाकर वो करेंगे तो अवश्य हमको राज्य को बेनिफिट मिलेगा, कोई शंका नहीं है। और अपने प्रधानमंत्री जी का एक ड्रीम प्रोजेक्ट टूरिज्म है, पूरे हिंदुस्तान में कैसे इसको बढ़ावा दी जाए, कैसे एक दूसरे राज्य मिलकर एक दूसरों के वार्तालाप से उनको नजदीक लाया जाए। आज मैं ऐसे बोलता हूं कि हमारे जो रन ऑफ कच्छ है उसमें इतना बढ़ावा आया है, जैसे कि माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी मुख्यमंत्री थे तब हमने वहाँ की बफेलो को नेशनल बफेलो का अवार्ड दिया और 11वीं जाति में उसको गिना। पहले वो भैंस की कीमत 25-30 हजार रुपये थी, आज वो भैंस की कीमत 3 लाख रुपए हो गई है। क्यों? कारण क्या कि टूरिस्ट इतने सारे लोग आ रहे हैं, जो पूरे हिंदुस्तान के लोग, आंध्र प्रदेश है, तमिलनाडु है, केरला है, कर्नाटका है, वहाँ के लोग आकर हमारी कच्छ की भैंस, गुजरात की भैंस लेके जाते हैं। ये आदान प्रदान के कारण एक दूसरों को उनका लाभ मिलता है। आज हमने होम स्टे की पॉलिसी बनाई है, हमारे राज्य के लाडले मुख्यमंत्री आदरणीय विजय रूपानी जी ने। तो होम स्टे में भी हमारे जूनागढ़ के जो लाइन है, हमारे कच्छ के जो व्हाइट डेजर्ट है, कच्छ के जो हमारा बीच है मांडवी का, उधर जो भी रास्ते में आने वाले जो फार्मर्स हैं, किसान हैं, अपने घर में अपनी वाड़ी में रहते हैं, तो वो होम स्टे अगर जो 2-4 कमरे खुद बनाकर और अपने एक पेइंग गेस्ट के वजह से एक अपना गेस्ट मानकर उनको भी अगर जो आश्रय दिया, तो उन आने वाले पर्यटकों को ऐसा महसूस होगा कि मैं किसी घर में टूरिस्ट के रूप से नहीं गया हूँ, लेकिन मैं एक मेहमान के रूप से मेरे को नवाजा जा रहा है। इस तरह की हमारी गुजरात होम स्टे की पॉलिसी हमारे लाडले मुख्यमंत्री और हमारे टूरिज्म मिनिस्टर जवाहर चावड़ा जी ने यहाँ तय की है और उनके कारण भी काफी फायदा हुआ है। काफी लोगों को ऐसा अपनापन लगता है। आज द्वारका है, सोमनाथ है, स्टेच्यू ऑफ यूनिटी है, रन ऑफ कच्छ है, ऐसे हर जगह पर हम होम स्टे की ये जो पॉलिसी बना रहे हैं, इसके कारण हमको बहुत बड़ा फायदा मिलने वाला है, मिल भी रहा है। और ज़्यादा करके अभी जिक्र किया गया कि केंद्र सरकार और राज्य सरकार मिलकर यह काम करे, तो गुजरात के लिए तो आज एक सद्भाग्य है कि मामा के घर पर बिया है और माँ परोसने वाली है। आई रियली थैंक्स टू फिर एक बार ज्योत्सना जी और फिक्की को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं कि आज हमको यहाँ एक अच्छा फ्लोर मिला है। आने वाले दिनों में दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा रोजगारी देने की ताकत यह हमारे टूरिज्म डिपार्टमेंट में है और हम लोगों को बता सकेंगे कि हिंदुस्तान का क्या टूरिज्म है। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
धन्यवाद रहीश जी। और जाते जाते सीटी रवि साहब से भी हम सुनना चाहेंगे सर, द assurances that you can give us of the synergy between the center and the state.
Karnataka, we are always with the central government. टाइम टू टाइम क्या डायरेक्शन दिया है पालन करेंगे। और नाइबरिंग स्टेट के साथ कोऑर्डिनेशन मीटिंग करके उनके साथ भी कंसल्टिंग एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन करके सुविधा करने के, पर्यटन करने के लिए सुविधा करने के तैयार है। हमारा गवर्नमेंट पिकी के साथ भी हो, टूरिज्म बड़ा करने के, डेवलपमेंट करने के क्या क्या मार्ग है, सभी मार्ग के ओपन है। हमारा पॉलिसी में 15 दिन के अंदर नया पॉलिसी भी आएंगे, उस समय भी दिशा डायरेक्शन उस पॉलिसी में है। थैंक यू पिकी, थैंक यू ऑल नेबरिंग स्टेट्स।
Thank you very much, and once again thank you all so much for joining us today. आप सभी ने इतना समय निकाला इस वेबिनार में शामिल होने के लिए और अपने सुझाव देने के लिए, और हम उम्मीद यही करते हैं कि जल्द से जल्द ये पैंडेमिक का सामना करते हुए पर्यटन उद्योग, टूरिज्म सेक्टर एक बार फिर रिवाइव हो और आगे के दिन बहुत खुशहाली से बीते। Clearly the damage to the tourism sector is way beyond just cancelled flights or hotel bookings. We're looking at lives and livelihoods which have been impacted in a huge way. Tourism has always been seen as the main driver to revive the economy, but as of today, the tourism sector itself needs revival. And for this, I guess one has to look at short-term relief measures, which the government of India is working on. And after the relief measures do come in and are announced, it's the synergy that we're looking at, collaborative efforts by all stakeholders, which is the government, industry, institutions, because collaboration is key. Without collaboration, this sector will not be able to survive, revive, and thrive. So on that note, on that hopeful note of everyone coming together and overcoming this crisis and moving ahead, thank you all once again for joining us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.